I don't know what's going on here. Oh, here we go, here we go. Okay. So, how do I get to YouTube? How do I get to YouTube? Let's just back out. Start new, there we go. Look at this.
Ever since we switched to Spectrum Internet, our daughter's curiosity has a new spark.
We did it! The best part is we qualified to receive high.
Hey everybody, so today we
Ads
have
on top
this.
of ads.
This is a nice, it's a
What the hell
custom
is this?
build, desktop. We can see that actually does have an all-in-one cooler here. Looks like that it may have gone defective and it's not really working anymore. It is a few years old. Customer does want pretty good thermals, but doesn't really want to be dealing with an all-in-one
My
cooler
shit's
anymore.
fried.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna
Well, it's
do
not fried,
definitely
but
not even the next best thing, but probably one of the best things you can do, and that's to be getting a very high-end cooler. This is
oh,
the
this is the
Noctua
12S.
NHU12S, and it's the Chroma Black Edition. This is a
They
very,
got a
very nice cooler
15
that we're going to be installing for
NH.
him, and we're going to be just showing you how to do that. This fan's very good if you want very high-end cooling for a reasonable price. It's still pretty
Yeah,
expensive.
D15 or
It's usually about
S15.
double the price of the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, but it's a little bit higher quality, has a little better parts, and the fans are usually a little bit quieter. This build is mainly focused on, as you can see, there's a lot of white aesthetics, so you do have custom cables. We want to keep it kind of the same way, so having a black cooler, what we can do first. You always be very gentle if you can. This one has some
I've
thermal
never
paste
seen
on
one
it,
of
so
these things taken
it's a little bit
apart.
sticky, but it's
Oh,
not going to totally come out because there are some cables in the back
even
there.
thermal gel.
We can probably just flip it over and remove it. There's some instances where you can actually just have like a
See,
hub
I'm in the
and
heating
stuff
and
like
air
that.
conditioning industry,
This usually
so
plugs in. This is
seeing
going to be
how they
plugging
cool
directly either
shit in
into
these is
the
like
power supply here, or it's just going to
retarded.
be connected directly to the motherboard. So we want to make sure that we just get these out of the way, because this was actually attached from before. But also looks like that this actually has a little bit of screws here.
I don't know why they
So
make
this
it
is
with
just a
like a
little bit more of a
fucking 600 watt or more
complicated
power to them and
removal,
shit.
because it's just
You don't even think, I
because
don't
this
even
is
think you
more
need
just
all
to
that.
tidy up the cables and everything like that. So we're gonna free that there.
What are you doing?
Move the radiator over here. Again,
No,
all these
it's a
cases are a
fucking
little bit
car.
different, so it should become totally up now. Now we just need to make sure that we remove the radiator over here. Again, all these cases are a little bit different, so you're on the part to get to the just like that.
He's like scared to remove it. He's like,
It'll just come
just
up.
move the radiator.
So once you have it out, we're mainly focused on getting these out now, and these are going to
The
be at least the
chipper,
little brackets that actually go on the side here.
the wood
And we
chip.
want to make sure that we remove the actual bracket itself from
These boards are literally
the
all
board,
the same.
because even though you do have this and you have 4 little pegs out there, it may not actually fit.
This one
with,
doesn't have
the
like
box
a.
usually comes
Oh,
with.
that might be heat
So
sink
when
right
you do
there.
buy one,
Yeah.
you're gonna have one that usually has a custom bracket. Some of the ones, if you have a generic one, you might just be able to plug it in, because the generic Intel or AMD, you might just be able just to plug it in exactly how it is. It might have a clip or something like that. But the little bit more advanced ones, or the ones that I already had one, usually have a separate bracket.
Everybody knows how to put a chip
AMD
in. There's
build,
two different types of chips.
now we
want to
make sure that we just get out the Torx screws, so we can take off. So you just need like a little Torx
But
screwdriver.
they all can
Might
handle
be
each
something
other.
like this.
We
Again,
know.
all these are a little bit different. You might just be able to use your hands for certain builds. But this one we do need
Like, look at my
a little
tool.
bit of a Torx screwdriver.
Look at my tool. I could use it.
He does fit it. And we have the one here that's going to fit it. So what we want to do is we want to put it on the other side of here, and it should go right through. So at least the screw holes will go through the holes there. So once you got your bracket up like that, You can put these little black rings around it, and again, you want to make sure that you match up whatever
Cases
you
come
have
all the
to
same. They all come
this
off
should
the
go
same pretty
here.
much.
You'll see
What are you putting in, dude?
from the 3600 or like the
Oh, he's putting
2600.
that in.
Um,
He had a water cooled system. Now he's
and it's
putting
not a
this
bad stock
stupid
cooler.
fan in.
But something like that, that's okay. But for something a build like this or a
Oh,
nicer
yeah,
one,
there's the
especially for
knock too.
9700K or anything a little bit more high end and a
Knock
little bit
two or
more
whatever.
thermal heavy, and if you want to get something like this, and so you can obviously see the difference, and just at least the heatsink difference and how massive
Obviously,
this is, and
retard.
the pipe difference and everything like that. So what it does is the heatsink here is going to be transferring
that's a
heat, so you'll
smaller
put
one,
thermal
like the
paste there,
6.
and the thermal paste is going to be touching the processor.
5.
You don't ever want to
5
leave this
pipes.
totally blank, because if you leave this blank, you're touching metal with metal, and metal don't transfer heat very well. These are
This is
higher end
alien
pipes. That's going to
technology
go
right
through
here.
the heatsink here, and it'll be very, very hot on this metal piece, and then what the fan's going to do, the fan's going to blow it out, and it's going to cool it. There's some builds where you can actually go down here like this. You can do it this way, off by the front piece here. You notice the
I just want to see
here.
what it looks like
So-
after you put it in.
and these wires are actually going to clip on the actual heat. It's a little bit more aesthetic. So, okay, and once it's just tightened enough, once you feel this actually firm, so you want to screw it in just a little bit, and you want to make sure that this will go down.
Oh, I see.
Because you want it to be very
Yeah,
tight, and
5
it needs to
pipe.
put a lot of pressure. It's going to flatten the thermal paste a little bit better, so it's going to spread it out a little bit better because you're putting a lot of pressure
Anything
on it.
copper, aluminum sucks.
Okay, and once it's just tightened enough, once you
But
feel the
that-
screws are a
But
little bit
that
tightened,
plate on the other
feel
side
like
needs
this,
to
it's
be a
not gonna go
certain
anywhere.
metal.
Alright, now we can care about the fan. And you want to make sure this is a little bit more aesthetic. So these come usually with wires here, and that's what we took off. And these wires are going to actually clip on this very, very thin wire here, and there's one here, there's one here. And these wires are actually going to
Here?
clip on the
Here?
actual heatsink of the fan.
Yeah, we know they
Um,
clip on. can
The
put it
best way you
anywhere
want
you
to do
want.
it is we want to kind of line this up as best you can so the fan isn't going to be sticking out. You can see it's really close to the actual cable
the
here.
airflow
It's
comes
really
out is
close
the
to the
way the
actual
wire-
fan here. And
the
I
wire
actually do
goes
have a
in.
trick for
So
this.
if the wire's
you
on
want to
this
actually
side,
keep
then
it
the
low,
airflow's
you can actually make
going
this
out that
part
way.
of the little latch
It's
that goes over.
It's going
So
from right to left.
this is actually in pretty well. I don't even have to worry about this falling out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the latch here. I'm going to cover the fan cable with it. So you can actually put the cable
Alright, so what
aligned in
processor?
the bottom of the fan, but it still
What
should be
fucking
good enough.
processor?
Those want pretty good thermals, but everybody. So today we have this. This is a nice. It's
You don't even know what it is.
custom build desktop. We can see that actually it does have an all-in-one cooler here. Looks like that it may
Get
have
over
gone defective
Get out
and
of
it's not
here.
really working anymore.
No, I need to see. That wasn't what I wanted to see. That's easy. What the fuck is this again? AS Rock. I'm high as shit. Z490. Fucking 4X or some shit. That's the double. Is that a fucking power spec? Here, listen.
Create a website worthy of your brand. Offer your clients a seamless booking experience.
Hey, Issy here. Today we're installing the NHD50. I haven't got, this has cost me enough. A caller that's not a read the instruction. I might be good. That's, but other than that, I've unplugged a couple cables for the CPU. Just remove there's a few nuts. Hopefully here. Just remove there's a few nuts. Without having to worry about lifting it up and
Oh
holding it
boy.
on the side. So I actually got my partner to hold the back plate for me while I could screw it in. Now if you just had left two screws in, you wouldn't have to do this process, which would have saved you probably about 5 minutes.
Rise
and
and
a little
chip.
bit of stress. Now it's time to put time to put the actual cooler onto those mounts.
Prongs.
When you screw the screws down, the actual cooler onto those mounts. Check.
Oh, look at that.
So then finally it's time to
button.
put the actual cooler onto those mounts. When you screw the screws down,
5.
they've got little springs in them. So they're not going to feel like they're grabbing that much, but you just got to trust the process. 3 screws to 4 on one side, and then do the other side
That's
3 or 4
crazy,
times.
Finn.
Repeat that process until the actual cooler.
You don't want
pulls
painted
itself down
shit,
and
man.
locks
I'm
itself
telling
flat.
you.
The only risk you can do is
That
I
doesn't
think if you screw
help
one
at
side
all.
the way and then do the other side, you're going to probably find that there's going to be like a push out of it. We've got the option in the box as well, which is the quieter version, which limits the top
The
can
Y
produce
bracket. Yeah.
on after the RAM's installed. There's a little bit of an offset, which I thought was a bit of stress, but because the fans are 144 or 140 mil,
That's not
it
my
actually
case.
covers the whole
It's very
heatsink
similar,
anyway,
though.
and the
Wait, hold on.
airflow and temperature seem to not really be affected,
No.
especially once I've got the big fans blowing towards them. And then back in the graphics
This
card
dude's
goes, and then also need to
Not
install
mine.
the Elgato
No,
capture
mine
card
has a
underneath that as
different
well.
design.
And as you can see, there's not much clearance between the actual fan and the motherboard, but thankfully, with good airflow so far, it's under full load. In terms of the actual sound quality, or decibels that are
fit.
coming out of
See,
my
the
case
RAM?
now, that's probably the
RAM's
biggest
right there,
difference.
behind
I'm
it
not
and
hearing
shit.
that horrible whine and sharp audio sort of pitch that comes from 100mm fan blasting, trying to keep that CPU cool. With these 2 big fans, it's quite a low hum, and it actually isn't all that irritating for long periods of time, which is amazing.
Mine's
And that's pretty much the video.
already
Thanks so much if
fucking
you're still
great,
here
but
watching
it's
it.
just not
It was a
as
good experience for
fast.
me not watching any of these other YouTubers or videos on how to install
I
them
have
and
an
actually just reading the
i7
instructions that come in the box. Now there's about 4 different versions of the instructions, because there's ones for the ARM and then also ones for the
what is it,
Intel
10
CPUs. So just make sure you get the right manuals, and then
10,700
also check and make sure that you're compatible,
i7
or your CPU and your motherboard is
10,700
compatible
or
with
some shit.
that type of cooler. There's a couple out there. Other than
I can't even understand this guy, bro. Go back, fuck. No. Alright, so. 9, 10. Wait. Yeah. I wanted to watch this one, I didn't watch it.
In our review of the Core i9-10900K, we were impressed by the performance of Intel's 10-core beast. I mean, this thing turbos just shy of 5 gigahertz across all cores. And if you set your motherboard to allow it to ignore the time limits on its turboing, it'll actually do that basically indefinitely. Crazy, right? Well, crazy
water
hot.
cooled too.
The one thing we didn't tell you guys, because we accidentally left that in the slide, out of the slide.
Look, he's got all that, and then he's got a hyper.
The one thing we didn't tell
212.
you guys, because
That's
we accidentally
literally
left
like
that out of the
the
slide,
basic
is
cooler.
what
That's
kind
like a
of
basic
cooling
cooler.
it takes to get that sort of performance. So to rectify that error
That's
and
what I have.
take things a little bit
I
deeper,
literally have that.
we are going to try it out with everything from Intel's Pinner old stock cooler to a
Yup.
more sensible air
Cooler
cooler to a
master.
high-end air cooler to a top-tier air cooler, and see just what kind of performance we can get out of this chip depending
Yup, the 12
on the cooling
and the
solution.
D15.
And this video is
For a
brought
new
to you
chip.
by Glasswire. Glasswire is the tool that tells you when a strange new app acts. Replicate our initial test from the review with a Corsair
I'm getting that.
280mm
I'm
AIO.
getting this, yeah.
is standard for
The
our
i9.
CPU reviews. Or do we want to go straight to the pain
Which
train?
is like, this is old meta.
Let's do the pain
This
train.
is
All right, shut it
this
down.
is old meta. It's like
shutting the
still
thing down.
like in today's
Okay.
age technology.
Hey,
like,
well,
this
we're
is old
turboing
meta.
to 4.9,
I'm going back
4.95.
to
Of
this
course, we're
shit.
not doing anything
Even
yet.
though I have an i7.
First order of
10,
business is to establish a
10700.
baseline. We've got all of Intel's thermal and power limits in place. We're going to go ahead and run a Blender classroom benchmark, and we're going to monitor our CPU clock speeds to see where we end up. Now, I suspect it won't be an issue for this cooler, but with the bigger ones, and particularly the water cooler, we're going to do 2 runs of classroom. One just to heat up the heatsink, and then a second one to actually take our values from. We're at that, got that 98 degrees. you know, good band. Check them out. Very popular with the kids today. I'm always in sync with the youth. That's why, you know, on Friday nights I hang out in the back street, you know, with the
You're a
boys.
fucking faggot. You're a fucking faggot.
No, no.
Yeah.
You don't want to hang out with the new kids
Yeah,
on the block,
yeah.
or Chris Hansen might show up and give you trouble.
Come on, bro. Fucking play out the
Unsurprisingly, we
goddamn
experienced
computer.
significant thermal throttling with 100-degree temperatures and our lowest core managing a sustained 3.6 gigahertz. I'm not expecting much here, but let's see what it is. How much cooling do you need to get the most out of your 10900K?
No,
so
no.
You are not manually
What's up?
overclocking?
CPR,
the answer is somewhere between a Hyper
running at,
212, assuming you're
I
using
don't know,
a
everything's so
high-quality
worn,
thermal
bro.
paste
Like,
rather
you're supposed
than
to
one
take
of
this
our
shit apart
graphite
and put
thermal
some
pads,
gel on it after a
and
while.
an NHU12S. With
If you don't
that
do
said,
that,
even
you
with
know,
the
and have
5
like a
to
hot
10
ass
degrees of
computer just
improvement
running
that we would
constantly,
expect here, going
fucking,
to a thermal paste,
it's
I would
like
say
8
that our low
millisecond. You know what I'm
temperatures in our
saying? Like, I can
fully
get to like
unfettered
6, but
mode
I want to get down to
are higher
like
than I would
2.
be comfortable with. So, I would still
And
consider
I'm not
an
water cooling,
upgrade
bro. I'm just gonna
if you
use this
plan to
air
do
cooler. I
things
have
like
I have
render
that
out
one that
scenes
he
like
had
this in
earlier in
Blender
here, but
on the regular. So let's see how much
I got
improvement we
that.
get here.
And I'm worried
Every
that
time I
these
go a
chips
while
are in the
without
way of the
mounting one
new
of these,
fucking
I
cooler I'm
forget
about to
how
put in.
utterly chonktastic the NHT15 is. Like, look at this. The performance
watched
may
this guy
actually
like a
be
long
better
ass
than
time ago.
water
Like,
cooling, but it
this is the
sure
first time
does
I'm watching
clutter
him
up
in
your
a
CPU
minute.
socket.
I
Like,
watched
even just getting at your memory is
whatever,
a
you know.
chore. Oh, that's better. Those
No,
are
bro,
the
I gotta
control
go smoke a
thermals.
cigarette though, for real.
All right. For your convenience, I'm going to talk through the H115i, so that's the 280mm AIO water cooler, and the NHD15 air cooler at the same time, because their performance profiles were
I
somewhat
don't want to see
similar.
the water
Under
cooler. I
stock
just want to see the
operation,
other ones.
both of them actually didn't manage to outperform the NHU12S by a significant margin, which I was a little bit surprised to see, especially that equivalency in the
Performance
hottest
on my shit
core
is terrible.
while the system was turboing.
Especially
But
with like
when it came
15.
time to unlock the power limits with multi-core enhancement, both these solutions clearly separated themselves from everything that we've seen so far. Not just managing 4.9 gigahertz across the board, but doing it with core temperatures that I would consider
Yo,
to
what's
be
up, Jose?
maybe not
I didn't even see
the
your ass
most
in here.
comfortable. We are still up in the 80 high,
Yeah,
90 low
yeah.
degree range. But once you sub out our thermal pad for a high quality thermal grease,
A little bit after this, I'm gonna
definitely
watch the
acceptable and around that 80
non-water
degrees
cooler
that we
fucking
talked
ones,
about
and then I'll
in
show you
our
my shit.
original review. What all of that means is that if I was looking for additional
I'm
overclocking
smoking a
headroom, I
cigarette.
would absolutely recommend spending the $100+ on a thermal solution like this. But if all I wanted was to get the most out of my CPU and I knew that I wasn't going to be hitting it this hard all the time,
Is it too loud?
around $50 to $60 for a good single tower aftermarket air cooler is going to do the trick just nicely. Just like our sponsor does the trick just nicely. Micro Center
I don't
is
like
open
this dude
for
that
all
much.
of
Like,
your work from
he might
home
be smart,
or
but it's
learn
just
from
his
home
fucking
technology
nerdy ass
needs. And
voice.
they want you to check out the
I probably got
Lee
one too.
Land-Cooled 205 mid-tower tempered glass case. It supports ATX, MATX, and
Alright,
mini
I'm about to
ITX
show you my
motherboards
shit.
with extra space behind the motherboard tray for cable management. It's got side ventilation for improved airflow with easy access to the power supply and hard drive bay from the side. It's got rear removable SSD mounting brackets and
this is
high-performance magnetic
the
dust
fucking
filters
power-
at the top
this is
and
the
front
power
with a
spec.
dust filter tray at the bottom. You can
Yeah,
check out
wait,
it
is that
and
mine?
other
No,
Micro
that's
Center
not mine.
specials
It's got a
at
different
the
design.
link
I got
in
a
the
different
video
design on
description.
mine.
If
No,
you guys
that-
enjoyed this video and
maybe.
you like crazy cooling experiments,
not it.
maybe check
No.
out our water cooling
It's
the
basically the
MacBook
same
Air
thing as that.
2020 video. We use an ice
I'll
bath
show
to
you.
explore whether it's actually
Let's go to fuck Google. Got a YouTube to Google to YouTube to Google. Microsoft Bing to Google. Now we're at the Google. This is mine right here. Power spec 3G. Yep. I was looking at everything. So I don't know if this is the same exact thing or not. Yep. Oh, it's got the K. I don't know if I have the K. I think I do. Yeah, 1 terabyte. 770. I don't remember that. Wait, whoa. It doesn't have a graphics card in it. Why? Yeah, I think they're just setting it up. They're just setting it up and then people pick and choose their shit. That doesn't... There's a better one. I don't exactly know if that's it or not. Here, can we just fucking, yeah. Uh, no, that is not my board. No, that's definitely not my board, but that's my thing. And I got two fans here. Cards. The cards on this one, I think, or yeah, I think this one. That's not there. Hold on, we gotta get to what mine is. Like, that's not mine. That's definitely not mine. This might be it right here. I can't tell. It don't even look like it has a card on it. I don't think this is mine either. But it's got that. Those are the two fans I got. Wait, definitely the same case. That one has two fans on above. I don't have two fans up there. Those are two fans right there. Oh shit. Uh, this I just bought this, not at Best Buy, but so the one I got right now, this has been fucking up, but I bought new joys and I used them for a little bit and it was still fucked up and like I thought the problem was like semi-fixed and then not it's not really fixed. So the joys, I don't think the joys go bad. I think they can go bad now since you like reuse them, but then mostly the controller goes bad. So I spent a little bit cheaper. Like it was like 136.99 fucking at Amazon. But this is what I got. That's what the shit comes out like. Oh, there's the back. Those are the back buttons that I got. I used two and on one side and one on the other. I don't know what side, but those are the trigger things. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. It doesn't really matter. These are magnetic. They come off. These come off. I don't know. These have something to do with that. I don't know. I think, but you can unscrew these and put your color on it or whatever. You know, flip these out. I don't know if these actually physically go bad or not. I think they get worn, if anything, because they are magnetic. Everything's magnetic. See, magnetic there, but then it's inside it's magnetic. So there's like one little thing right, like there's it's hard to explain. Like if this was like this is a circle, like there's something on the right and there's something on the bottom, like that basically feel how the joystick moves and like that's like the two sensors that they use as like magnet sensors and they fucking and then this thing's like on some kind of I think it's like on the magnet or some shit, but it's a lot smoother. These have the most accurate by themselves out of the box. Any controller like there's no controller that matches its accuracy. So basically, dude, out of all the controllers, bro, like this is the one, but it they all fail within 6 months. Like they literally all fail. So you're gonna spend 200 some dollars. Oh, look at Cronus Sun. Fucking pick it up tomorrow, GameStop. Let's start trying to mod our controller. This shit doesn't work, man. Like I've tried it, like not at my house, but I know people that have this. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't fucking do anything. It tries to recoil your gun and then it tries to give you more aim assist by trying to jitter your fucking joystick, which is basically a script. And the game, when you're moving in the game makes its own script. Like that's two like things fucking it up. So like people can put scripts and shit on this, just like a modded controller. I mean, easily, uh, fuck some shit up. But what's up, dude? Yeah, no, I'm just fucking dicking around. That's the one that doesn't get stick drift. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, dude, like I can operate. I'm not gonna open up the game because I honestly don't feel like playing. I mean, if I do, I put my controller down even on like 50.50 dead zone. my joystick, whether I replace it or not, I have brand new ones, and I'll put a brand new one in, it'll do the same exact thing. So now I have like a method to test this controller if it breaks and shit, and it basically just goes all the way to the right, like it fucking do. Like if I go left, it'll like shoot back right, and like it's really weird, man. Like I don't know why it's doing that. Um, Here I'll show you. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but this is the app. So I'm probably gonna when I put the new one on, I think what I'm gonna do is delete this shit off my computer, and then when I get the new controller, it might be a different like something, you know what I'm saying? And seeing if I can like load that in, because this controller, I don't know how long it's been sitting. Nobody really buys these, um, but they're really good because it's got the four paddles. But that's the mapping, obviously, and then this is like dead zones and shit. So I think like the center don't really matter much. I think the center makes your joy like so when you center this up like to make more dead zone on your fucking joystick, like it basically just like slows the shit out of your joystick. And you want this at 0. I've never tried it. I mean, I've tried it a couple times, but it never did anything. You cannot move these too much because it'll crash your controller. So whatever that was, just reset. And it comes standard as 0 and 1, and these are the standard resets. And like I haven't fucked with these. Well, like for some odd reason, like I don't know, this doesn't really make a difference at all. It makes me flick harder when I have no dead zone, but I usually put this up at 14, and what happens is it turns my joystick from being the circumference like as big as this, the circumference of this joystick, that's my whole aim curve. So now I closed my aim curve with just going up. And like you can actually fucking make it really worse. But when I was trying it on 20 and shit, I'd have to drop my dead zones to 0 in the game and shit like that. So usually I just put them on 14, which feels alright. And this is what gives me slight aim assist. So when the aim assist hits, like the controller, I don't know, it just feels like it grabs more a little bit. So like I don't know. Save that shit so I don't forget. And it's weird because like I'll go into a private lobby and uh I'll go into a private lobby and basically I don't know, fucking uh sometimes it wouldn't drift because I'm like it says it's like at 3 milliseconds, 4 milliseconds, on either side, GPU, CPU, and all that shit, and you're at like crazy ass frames like 107, 200. The setup that I'm getting basically, which is the i9 10900K, I'm getting that with that this Nocta. This is what I was looking up before. This is what I'm trying to install on my board. Um, because I have like I have a Z 490 Phantom Gaming or some shit, 4X AC or whatever. But uh, this is like an alternative, cheaper option. Because then if you go on Amazon, I don't know if I can get on there. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's like $100. The one I got's like 50 right now. And they said mine would actually work with this CPU that I'm about to buy. But the thing is like I'm not trying to downgrade. I'm trying to upgrade. So, but I just want like they all got colors and shit. Like I just want a fucking regular one that's not painted, dude. I don't need a color. Like I just want bare metal. Like, 'cause then I could see like they paint it so sometimes like it won't like uh it can start having like electrolytis type of shit going on it. You know what I mean? Like trust me, like I deal with fins all day, every day. Heating and air and shit. Like I know what a coil's supposed to be like and shit. Coils leak all the fucking time. Not mostly computers, 'cause there's like a it's basically water in there, but it's got like some fucking chemical added to it that gives it, you know, basically like particles and shit, and like when it hits the heat and shit, it basically flows just like a hot water tank, like where, if you boil a hot water tank and, put a pipe off the top of it, that's just solely at the top, it's just gonna push water out that pipe. When you have a cold pipe at the bottom feeding water into the hot, burning fireplace or whatever the fuck you got. But, like it's just a circle, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what they did here. And then they put gel on the other side. I want to get an actual picture of like the fucking, it don't even show it. So, yeah, that bottom piece, I'm trying to click on it here. That whole bottom piece, that it's just flat against the processor obviously, and they use gel and you're supposed to redo the gel. I mean, if you're fucking heavy gaming and shit, I would do it once a year just to clean your shit, because your shit gets dirty and it probably has like dirt and shit on it, and like that will fuck your shit up. I mean, I'd never hit over a certain temp. Like this thing can handle like fucking 100-degree temperatures like nothing, and then it'll start bottlenecking. But basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. Uh, I don't know. Here's no lag. Here's everybody's VPN. Fucking go to your dashboard. Download your configurations. North America. This is what's in North America. I don't know. I just use Singapore. That's like the only one. I never tried any other ones. Like I definitely don't want to be like in Chile I don't want to be in any of that shit. Like I'd rather, I don't know. Singapore is alright. Israel's alright. I don't want to be in India. I'd rather be like where the Chinky Chine is, or the fucking New Zealand, and barely Hawaii. I mean, yeah, rest of the world. Yeah, just want to be in the North America branch, you know? Well, back out of that. This is how I operate my computer and my bills. I gotta pay my bills. I was looking at this. Yeah, this whole shit got fucked up. Uh, let's see the leaderboard. Soka my Apo Skull, North America match score 25, 2,508, 1,254 kills. Average placement 1. What? 1.2? How the fuck are they? Oh wow. No kills. It's like that doesn't make sense. Those kids just played like those are bots. Like why? What the fuck? Who are these? How do you not get a kill? One. Oh, the A's. We're in the A's and the B's and then C's, and it just goes back up. It's all like alphabetic, like every fucking 10,000 people. I can't I can't go down. How do I go down? Oh, there we go. Well, that's not going down. Yeah, this shit don't make sense, bro. How do you go down? You can't. Down. No. I wonder if there's a way to look at your goddamn fucking titanium wins. Uh, wait. No, I need YouTube to Google again. We're gonna go to Fuck, it's not in my search thing. I smoked a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I need to fucking like do something. I'm not my phone like I use my phone for chat, but it's not working. Like it's not I don't have it on Wi-Fi. I'm turning it on Wi-Fi right now and I'm keeping it on Wi-Fi so I can see what you guys are saying. If you guys got something to look up, let me know. Yup. Oh fuck. Um no, COD tracker. That's what I was looking up. COD tracker. Um Yup. Look me up. We're gonna see how bad I is. Oh my god. 080012 303. This is when I was on today. I only played like yeah, 9 games today. I don't know. I got 25 kills today. I'm usually getting like 200 a day. Oh man, we're looking at other lobbies. My controller's been just fucking up real hard, man. It's not loading the rest of them. Oh, 'cause I fucking... There we go. So, yeah, let's just do wins. All modes. Alright, so that's where it ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that's 12 then. Yeah. So I only got 12. Um, no, not top 10. Why is it giving me these shitty options? I wanna... Not bad. Quads is worse than trios. I need to bring trios back. That was easy for me. Might have like 1 or 2 days where I'm like really cracked, and then the rest of them I'm just like I don't even know why I play this game. My Fortune's Keep. I only played. I don't even know how many times that is. That might be one game. Nope, that's like 4. 4 games, and I got 9 out of 5 probably kills a game. I don't know if that makes a difference. Yep. Yeah, that fucking controller's been fucking me, man. I'm not used to this. I'm usually a lot higher. But yeah. Well, I hope hope that was enjoyable for some few for a couple minutes at a time. I haven't really been streaming that long.